Well, let me do a recap on what you taught me. The good news is the necessary price was paid by blood sacrifice, and that good deeds and character count for nothing, only belief. Yes, belief is the next step. Sacrifice and then belief. This is the way it works, so that God's own character is not compromised by not judging those who deserve punishment. Let me understand this better. None of us deserve anything good from God because of our sinfulness, and that doing good and having a clean heart cannot substitute for having faith. But, doesn't my faith count in some way to my credit? Isn't my faith in a sense some kind of good thing, a good deed, an expression of superior character? Not really, for you see that faith itself does not come from any individual but comes only to those who believe, one by one, directly as a gift from God. Otherwise we would boast. This is really deep, no wonder Bible college is so important. So, if one is not saved by their own believing, where does this believing come from? It comes only from God and is bestowed only on those who are special in God's sight. Given only to those special individuals to enable them to believe without taking credit. Wow. I always thought that one became special by believing, but you are telling me that the special are picked ahead of time so they can believe? This seems weird, doesn't it? Rather than weird, it is a divine mystery. Something we are told but not yet able to fully understand. So we take it by faith, the faith that was given to us, so we can accept this. We are told that God makes the decisions, including which persons will be able to decide to believe. No one could believe on his own, for we are totally depraved and not able to. Totally depraved so that we could not believe even if we wanted to, so that the act of believing God would not accredit to our character because we are so bad. Wow. You really are beginning to understand. I am so pleased. But, remember, when you preach to your church, it is best not to mention this material. I understand what you are saying. But did Jesus talk this way, or is it from one of the apostles or from the Old Testament? But, it fun knowing things those in the pew do not. Well, Jesus spoke of God giving the ability for his disciples to believe, and that all those God gave him would come to him and none would be lost. Yes, and what about the apostles? What did they say about this? Well, one in particular spoke that God chose some to believe and some to be forever lost and suffer for eternity. God chose both outcomes for each of us, believing and not believing. Going to heaven for eternity or burning in eternal punishment. All of God's choice. But, this is not injustice because we all deserve to burn forever. No fault to God. But, God could have saved everyone but chose not to. Why not save everyone? The blood sacrifice had to be sufficient to save everyone, certainly. This again is a mystery, but if everyone were saved and went to heaven, I fear we would forget what was we spared from and deserved. So, hell is a reminder of God's grace. Okay, I am beginning to understand, but when did this election take place and who voted? I heard as a boy that the devil votes against you and the election is based solely on how each individual votes. But, you say God did all the voting, and when? Before the world was ever formed, the voting took place and the results are final. Then why was Adam created? Why the Great Flood? Why the Tower of Babel? Why the promises to Israel? Why John the Baptist calling for repentance and belief? Why? Why? Because God in infinite wisdom decided it this way. God has a plan and it includes bliss and suffering. Without both neither could be appreciated. And, the good news is that though many are called and few are chosen, we know that I am one of the chosen ones, and I like to think you are too. But don't ask too many questions. For who are the two of us to question God's wisdom? We are mere clay and not the potter. The potter can do as he pleases and we should not question. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I do. But I am not sure how I can preach this mystery from the pulpit, and if I did, how it would affect the congregation and what they would do with this information. Well, take comfort in your believing and comfort in knowing that you were chosen to believe and that others were chosen to not believe or unto punishment. How can I thank you? You are so wise.